What's up everyone, it's Unjust Restart, and this time we're going to be reviewing Pokemon Sun and Moon. So, I've had the game for about a week already. I mean, it came out last week. I've been playing it for a week straight. And, so obviously this review isn't really intended for people who already have the game. The diehard Pokemon fans obviously already have the game, and most of you probably have already finished it. However, I'm sure there's a lot of other people who simply don't really know if they want to play this game. People who don't always buy Pokemon games. Maybe some people who are just, on that Pokemon Go hype, or people who have only played a few Pokemon games before and are hearing really good things about this one. So hopefully my review can help you decide whether to get this game or not if you're on the fence about it. So let's get into it. So this time around, things are set in the Alola region, which is heavily inspired off the Hawaiian Islands. They really paid attention to the culture of Hawaii and they tried to employ it into the game. But that's not the only significant change that's been brought to Pokemon. In fact, a lot of new changes have come to the game. For example, there are no HMs anymore and there are no gym leaders. But how does this affect the gameplay experience? Well, for the most part, I would say that those changes are for the better. One of the changes this time around are the menus. Everything's a lot more streamlined now and easier to understand. It's a welcome addition for newcomers, and it definitely speeds up the process when you're grinding to boost up your levels. So that's great. Another new addition are Z-moves. Z-moves are basically really powerful special moves they can use once per battle. They're really cool to watch, and they're really powerful, but I wouldn't say they're so powerful that they take away from the balance of the game. In fact, I only expect them to be used just sometimes in competitive use, and it's just really just an additional layer to the very sophisticated and deep battle system for Pokemon. That said, the animations are very long, and when you're doing battle after battle after battle, it can get a little annoying. Fortunately, you can go into your options to turn off battle animations if you just want to get a lot done without watching all the moves repeatedly. Another really cool welcome addition are Ride Pokemon. And Ride Pokemon come with the scrapping of HM moves. So HM moves are hidden moves that you could teach your Pokemon in old games that basically were moves that you could use outside of battle to break rocks, move boulders, or cut down trees, which is important to progress through the game. But the problem with HMs is that you couldn't delete them, and basically you were not allowed to create the movesets that you wanted on your Pokemon, so you couldn't basically perfectly construct your ideal team as you were playing throughout the game, because you couldn't delete HMs until way later into the game. So this time around they just scrapped that all together and they replaced it with Ride Pokemon. Ride Pokemon are Pokemon that you obtain throughout the game that are separate from your party that you can call upon instantaneously to interact with the environment. So for example, let's say I want to get somewhere really quickly, I can jump on my Tauros and run really fast. But if there's a giant boulder or a whole bunch of rocks in my way, Tauros can just bust through them because that's what he does, because he's a giant bull. Or for example, if I need to fly elsewhere, I can get on my Charizard and fly to the next town. Or if there's a body of water, I can get onto my Lapras and surf across. So basically, all the things that you need to do to interact with the environment this time around are done through Ride Pokemon, which are a lot more interactive and basically ride Pokemon wherever you want. And it's really cool and really fun, and it encourages exploration this time around. So basically, it makes the game a lot more fun to play outside of battles, which is fantastic. So another change that I'm sure a lot of you have heard of already is the fact that there are no gym leaders this time around. And it's a welcome change, because to be honest, in that regard, Pokemon has gone a little stale, because you just go to one gym, you battle a couple of trainers, you battle a gym leader, then you rinse repeat until you've gotten 8 badges and you go to Pokemon League. This time around, gym battles are replaced with island trials. And island trials, you don't just go into an area and battle a whole bunch of trainers. You do that everywhere else. This time, when you get into the trial, your trial captain will have certain challenges for you to accomplish. For example, that could be exploring the environment, looking for certain Pokemon hiding in holes, running around, or it could be taking pictures of ghost Pokemon hiding around in an abandoned warehouse, or it could be searching the waters for certain disturbances, and different things of that manner. Basically, it's a much more interesting take, and it's, again, more interactive, and a lot of fun things you can do outside of battle. But when you get to the end of a trial, you do still battle, and you fight a trial Pokemon, which is basically kind of like a boss Pokemon. It's a bigger, more powerful version of the original Pokemon, but it can also call upon allies. Now, allies are called upon throughout the entire game, not just during totem battles, but during totem battles, the ally Pokemon assist the totem Pokemon in a very intelligent way, so they have certain battle combinations that can make things a bit more challenging than they were in previous games with gym battles. So it's a welcome change, and it definitely makes the game a bit more challenging. I wouldn't say the game is hard, but there are some points that I was challenged. So it was fun, and definitely great. And because island challenges, the island trials were different from gym battles, it really facilitated for the game to take sort of an indirect route, and it didn't really know what was happening next, which is a very welcome change, and it was very, very refreshing. Now, speaking of not really knowing what's going to happen next, I found the story to be very, very entertaining. As I played the game, I found myself chuckling many times because the characters are really whimsical and funny and interesting, and, well, I kind of fell in love with them as I was playing throughout the game. It was entertaining to say the least. Definitely the story had a lot of turns, but it wasn't all just fun and games. There were, like I said, there were turns. There were serious turns at times. I got some really strong, creepy sci-fi vibes, and things were, different to say the least. And it definitely stands out compared to other Pokemon stories of the past. But by the end of the game, or at least the main campaign with the story, I found myself wanting more. I was in love with the characters, and I basically just kind of excited me to delve deeper into the game, to explore more and find out more about this world of Alola. So it was very cool, and I would say the story is entertaining, not just for Pokemon fans, but for gamers in general who want to play a good RPG. It took me about 30 hours to get to the ending credits for Pokemon Sun and Moon, but even after that, there's still a lot to do, especially if you got really excited about the story. They sort of encourage you to explore more, and there definitely are some extra side stories that happen after the fact that are really interesting. But aside from that, you still have to go around and collect more Pokemon and train up your Pokemon and breed your Pokemon to create the best teams possible so you can be successful in the battle tree mode that happens afterward or going online. Now, speaking of online, from what I've played so far, definitely things seem a lot more seamless and quicker, and everything seems to be better modified. But it also seems to sort of being gauged more towards competitive play. Like, you can even check your opponent's team while battling, and you have this option now of scanning QR codes, so you can go online or get friends' teams through QR code and borrow their teams without having to build your entire team right there within your game. So definitely there's a lot of features that sort of facilitate battling online and having a really good experience online. It definitely seems to be improved from Generation 6, so that's fantastic. So, what are my final thoughts on Pokemon Sun and Moon? Well, I need to reiterate the negatives first. First off, the game can get a bit repetitive at times, though rarely, and the game has a lot of slowdown when it gets hectic in actual battles for the old 3DS. So I recommend playing this on a new 3DS if you can. Now, that said, everything else, I'm very, very positive about this game. I love this game. I think the cultural aspects from Hawaii are amazing. I love how the Pokemon fit into that whole world and type and symbolism for the whole Hawaiian culture. I think the actual designs themselves for the Pokemon are fantastic. I think the new additions to the battling system are going to be great for the competitive scene. I think the music for this game is super catchy and super memorable. I love it. I think this game is great in so many ways, including the story. I think the story is fantastic. And overall, I think this is a very great package. I think if you're a Nintendo fan and you're looking for a good Nintendo game to play this holiday season, you should get this one because it is pretty much the only really good Nintendo game coming out this holiday season. So definitely pick it up. It's a fantastic RPG experience. I'm not just saying that as a die-hard Pokemon fan, but as a gamer in general, I think this is a very, very enjoyable experience. And I award Pokemon Sun and Moon a 9 out of 10, and I am extremely excited for the direction this game is headed. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this review. Give me your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll see you later.